Alright guys, so we're just laying down the white base coat, just getting it on there with the airbrush, nice and thin. We don't want to put it down too thick because we've got a bit of undershading there. So I've got some darker greys in the recesses just to help change the tones a little bit. This white is very bright, so it doesn't really make much of a difference, but we went with that method anyway. So I've just base coated the whole thing, and then I'll just pick out certain areas that are going to be a lot brighter white where the light will hit it and everything, and then we'll increase those areas so that they're a bit more white than the others. But the particular white I'm using is the dead white from Vallejo, and it's very white, so there's not a lot of tones that you can make brighter than that white. So as you can see here, just as I said before, I'm going picking out the tops of the thighs, the calf muscles, the shoulder pads and so forth. Anything that's going to be being hit by the light, we're just going to make that a little bit brighter, just to add some more tones. There you have it. There's the model. Is all white and ready for the next step. So the next step, we're going to use the Dragonoff Night shade and some of the Army Painter mix or wash mixture. So we've just, it's probably maybe like a 50-50 mix, and we've just thinned it down so that it's not so blue, because the Dragonoff Nightshade is quite a dark blue. So as you can see there, it's almost like a sort of thin silvery sort of blue, and we're just getting it on there in the recesses to darken them up, and then we'll go around and build up the white again. I took this method of just dabbing the wash onto the recesses rather than just washing the whole model. I figured it would help when building all that white back up, not having to try cover the blue and then just cover up the little bits on the edges. I think they turned out alright. There you have it, all ready for the next step. So here we are back to the dead white, and we've got a bit of wash mixing medium there that we're just going to water it down a little bit with, just so it's not so thick. And then we're just going to put it on here and build up all those areas where we want it to be a lot whiter. So we're just going to leave a little tiny gap around the edges, just to give that two-tone broken effect, to give it some detail. Now you don't have to be very neat with this. The reason I say that is because when it's on the table at a distance, if those lines are too fine, it might start to all blend together. So at a distance, you have those lines that are a little bit thick and maybe not so neat, it's going to bring out that detail a bit better from 2 feet away. I mean, if you're going for that supreme model look, then by all means go right in close, right in smooth, as straight as you can, and have it looking super epic. But if you still want to see that detail from a small distance, then you don't have to be supremely neat with your lines. So next up here, we've just put in the black in for the eyes and the little groin area and under the shoulder pad, and that's basically the end step. 3 colors for this one anyway, and the commander will have the orange shoulder pad, and that's basically all there is to these stormtroopers. Instead of using the blue wash, you could use like a grey wash if you wanted, or any color really. I just went with the blue because it's kind of works well with white. I know a lot of people have done grey, and that works as well. Alrighto, so here we have the orange. We're just going to lay down the orange on the shoulder pad. I've decided that he's going to be a commander, and their shoulder pads are orange. Also, they can be red. Blue shoulder pads for sniper, red for grenadier as well, white for sergeant, black for private, and so on. So here we are. We're going to bring up the highlight with the fire dragon orange, and we're just going to go in the little gaps and just make a two-tone effect to the shoulder pad, give it a little bit of detail, and then that's basically the miniature finished. There's not a lot to these minis in the way of colours, but they were a lot more challenging than they look, just for the simple fact that you have to build that white up nice and slowly so it doesn't get out of control. And yeah, happy days guys, happy days.